pre-show isn't that long. I just woke up and my voice was just rough. Oh shit, I forgot something. Grab my chat. Oh, just one of those weird mornings where, strange enough, my cats didn't wake me up. Everything I need already pulled up. What's that? Let's see. Pop out. There we go. See you, chat. It's because I'm using a different browser today because I don't have. Twitter logged in on my Firefox browser. That right there. Okay. All right, here we are. Oh, wrong page. Let me turn this down. Okay, that's pretty good. So, this past 2 weeks been pretty fucking crazy with all the like the brony drama and then the Cameron shit that happened. Let's see. Unfortunately, I missed the Birdie stream yesterday because I had like a phone call. Oh man. Oh no, I made Pippi really tiny. So far for this stream, my plan is to kind of go over this marathon, art theft sort of drama that's going on. I put drama in big quotes, as in it's pretty fucking serious, but like just calling it drama is just kind of funny. I was surprised when I heard about this because I knew of this particular artist. I don't think I followed them directly, but someone had like linked to their work because I was looking for like inspirations because I like to do collages, and I was looking for like more people to kind of like take inspiration from. Oh, that's good, Tusky. I only saw like a bit of it. That's what I'm looking for. I saw Chris cover a bit of it. I was just like, oh man. Okay, so I'll hop into it. So it has been discovered that Bungie has basically wholesale lifted a specific like art series that was done by this artist in 2017. Second. Bring it. So I don't know how to say it. Her handle is I can't say that. in Square. I will just call her. And I just saw this 2 nights ago. Yeah, 2 nights ago, and I was just like, holy shit. So this is basically a kind of her work is right here, and then right here, and then she's kind of pointing to like, okay, they took this, they took this, they took this right here, also they took these elements. I think it's pretty egregious because it isn't just like, you know, when if you see somebody who kind of like, I don't say apes a style, but is like more heavily inspired by like a style. Let's say like let me type in that. I'm trying to remember the person's name. It is okay, like Yoshitaka Amano, like the one you know for doing all the Final Fantasy art, like basically like the logos and like that sort of like ethereal sort of like otherworldly sort of style. There is a artist on Twitter named Bonnie-chan who like takes heavy inspiration from his work. I'm just grabbing something to kind of illustrate it. So this piece go like this piece, and let me see, might pull up her. Don't care about that. Excuse me. So we have some like Bonnie-chan, where you can tell there's like a very heavy influence from Yoshitaka Amano and their specific style. Probably not this piece specifically. Okay, like this right here. You can kind of see like there is like a heavy inspiration, but like this is just wholesale lifting pieces from their art and placing it in theirs. When we go further into this, you can actually see like very evident, like they basically like try to like yeah, you caught my homework. We just erase the just change something sort of shenanigans happening. So okay, so this is another piece that's like been taken by Bungie. So this right here says this is their art, and this is from Marathon Press, and this is theirs, and this is from Marathon. So they're basic. I'm assuming this right here on the right is what has been taken, and this is the original piece, just because of how I'm reading this. So I'll kind of read their post. The Marathon Alpha released recently, and its environments are covered with assets lifted from poster designs I made in 2017. Bungie is, of course, not obligated to hire me when making a game that draws overwhelmingly from the same design language I have refined for the last decade, but clearly my work was good enough to pillage for ideas and plaster all over their game without pay or attribution. I don't have the resources nor the energy to spare to pursue this legally, but I have lost count of the number of times a major company has deemed it easier to pay a designer to imitate or steal my work than to write me an email. In 10 years, I have never made a consistent income from this work, and I'm tired of designers from huge companies moodboarding and parasiting my design while I struggle to make a living. Drink some tea. Like, I find that, like, I don't get why they don't just, like, if, I think we'll get into it, but I think, like, the egregious part is, like, how strongly Marathon, like, draws from this person's style, and, like, how they couldn't, like, be asked to even, like, reach out to, like, make sure, like, there's no issues in the future. Let's see. Okay, I was gonna pull up, like, a video eventually to kind of, like, see Marathon in action, just because I saw, like, the preview for it, but I didn't really care enough to, like, check out the alpha or anything. So go into this one. So if you if you go through her portfolio, it becomes very apparent quickly that the entire design aesthetic of Marathon was pulled directly from her work. Like the whole design spine is built off of her 2017 era portfolio, typeface, direct graphic rips, colorization, all of it. Let's see. It's just Twitter. Like usually I pull up a bunch of these because I have some good yeah, that's it. Just hired the you don't even have to technically. They could have just literally licensed this portfolio from them. Like if you're like gonna be like, oh, we don't want to hire them, like just fucking pay them for what you're gonna be taking. Like holy shit, is it that hard? This right here I found fucking hilarious. So this is from 2024, and it's like I hid in my design 6 years ago and nobody caught on. All right, I hid loss, so like loss.png, the Control Alt Delete comic, and it's like they put in that in design, nobody caught on. And here from the future, if anybody doubts the theft of your art, this also confirms it. So you see, yeah, I don't know, I pull up another article related to AI, like two, but I'm like, one of them I don't know if it's worth it to bring up, but I'll see if it's like worth it after this segment. But like you can see, like written their design is this, like ripped from their portfolio and put in here is this, I assume. It's a fucking grok display, I don't get it, and this is fucking. See if there's anything. Okay. actually some unknown. Well, we'll get to that. Thank you. Lynn is the one who I commissioned this from, and Lynn gave me Pippi as a gift. I need to. I kind of want to like get a couple more like little emotes for her. Anyway, sorry, but I'm gonna have to wait to commission Lynn when he's free. Okay, so here we go. So this is gonna be a little bit of a roller coaster. So, new Bungie has issued a statement addressing plagiarism claims for Marathon, confirming that a former artist included unauthorized artwork. In quotes, we immediately investigated a concern regarding unauthorized use of artist decals in Marathon and confirmed that a former Bungie artist included these in a texture sheet that was ultimately used in-game. We have reached out to 4NT1R34I, discussed this issue, and are committing to doing rep of the artist. Let me see. I want to see if... I don't think they've replied. Usually if you're following someone, the reply shows up pretty... at the top. Okay, so don't let them forget about this. This is the entire portfolio, man. The further back you go, the more it looks like new Marathon. Even the QR looking pixels start showing up on everything that is so fucked. So this is basically their whole portfolio. So here we immediately investigate a concern regarding unauthorized use of artist decals in Marathon, and but some other people found is not a former employee that followed 4-1 at her in Square's design. It is a current employee that followed. Okay, so I believe other people have pointed out that several Bungie artists follow in Square, and as far as they know, all those people that follow them are still working at Bungie. So unless you made Joseph Cross a former employee, the screenshot came from Fern Antereal. Okay, so this person himself, I don't know if I kept his So this guy right here had like his own separate thread covering this drama as well. Here we go. This is the other one. I didn't really want to follow this one immediately because I'm like, just link to fucking In Square's thread. Let them get all the views for it. Dear Marathon game, graphic design lovers, it's time to burn some bridges because thanks to In Square, daily posters stolen and put as textures in the game and many other assets utilized, you have created Anti-Real the game. So, Joseph A. Cross seems. Oh my god. Let me drink some tea. I think I've been yapping too much this week. Joseph A. Cross seems is bold and blatant in his art theft, as if no one is going to say anything about this. This one is another Fern's Anti-Real poster, making a big portion of actual ASCII in the game menus and briefings. ASCII. That's what we're ASCII. How do we know that this is a poster stolen from In Square? Well, you just take a look. We got some screenshots sent by people who had an alpha game, and if you really need a proof, oh man. Okay, I thought it was me. Some of the wording's a bit off. Okay, so this right here is what I wanted to highlight. So, at Bungie could educate Joseph Cross, when you are stealing someone's posters, make sure you erase In Square's name from the texture. Left, an asset spread out through the game on various elements. Right, poster named Anti-Real Daily Series. Oh, that's how. Okay. It's Anti-Real, but they spell with numbers. Okay, I'm stupid. Okay. It's from 2017 to 2018. So if you look right here, this is in game. You can tell that the text is still there. They didn't care enough to fucking completely erase it. It's fucking nuts. Like, I was like, oh, I'm a little skeptical, and then I see this, I'm like, oh, no. Nope, they fucking did that. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I was drinking. I was trying to think about what. I haven't looked at this yet. What did I have to say? What do I have to say? The above posters are from Fern/Anti-Real, but since I am a member of Anti-Real 2, there was collab posters, even shorts. Franchise art director Marathon Joseph seems to be enjoying the video divers on a wider level. Too close? Okay, sir, I don't know what you mean by that. Dispute that. You. Okay.
Looks great from the outside, but the cluster is a mess.
Looking at the object transport archives.
Forget the concept of space. If you
I assume he's referring that this also is like. Okay, this is from 6 years ago. Okay, so this may be also being used
This way.
Magnify it.
in Marathon as well.
I can see the location. Shard 23/3.
Shard 23. Magnify.
Oh, okay. But I guess you just need to pay attention to like the different text being used.
This way.
Shard 23. Chemical. Timeless. We found it. Redirecting to a new location. Thousands of stories away from the original target. The objective features is currently being realized. Initializing search for the gravitational beam emitter now.
You know, we could have big time displacements, even distortions.
Possible obstacles, of course. However, the trace is quite unique and easy to locate. You are not alone. We have dispatched one unit to H Corp.
Anything else I should be aware of?
I'm just kind of like I'm trying to look at the different like little elements here. So I assume like the reason he linked this, he's like, okay, so like even my stuff, because I collabed with them, it's being used. So probably like keep this in mind when I'm looking at like a video related to Anthem. not really Tampa, but like a gameplay video or reveal, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here. Okay, so to say that okay, I do not need names found on assets to assume that we have been stalked insanely by Joseph A. Cross for a long time. What's this? I do doubt that it's specifically Joseph A. Cross, but I pulled up something else, so I may be eating crow on that. So let's see.
Zan,
Online.
we got something from Dave.
It's fucking really fucking cool. I would say like I'm kind of like getting I'm kind of reminded of a bit of Signalis. But mostly like in vibe, not in like direct sort of like rip compared to like what Bungie did.
PLF controls the city network, but now controls the
So what am I
planet's
doing? I
military
should make
system.
this bigger. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like looking at this and I'm like, oh man, it's tiny. I should make it bigger.
Do all the work.
Do not underestimate his predictive optics. He got rewarded by the 105.
Kira does not care about that.
Well, that's the problem. It is Mel's decision. Otherwise, she wouldn't enter the atmosphere
It's
without
fucking
being
cool.
sent
Oh
by
my
her.
god.
It's some kind of setup.
I'm gonna
She broadcast this
subscribe to this
message.
guy later.
Everybody
Actually, I'll
knows
just sit
that you
down.
will be there. You need to get Kira before she gets to the deck. She's using you as bait.
So this is a lot of
You need
just
to eliminate 90% of his
technical
body's
stuff. I don't want to
biomass.
like be here for too
In order to
long.
destroy
The transmitter. Have you thought of this? She is heading for the transmitter. Do you know what that means?
Okay, like fucking so cool. Okay, so there. I will close this with the archive. This is just for years. No one in the game industry or film hired anyone. Anti-Real became a Pinterest for these corporate games to claim our hard work as their own, to earn quick money and settle small collaterals. Disgusting. Alright. Okay, so this I assume is a recent work. Oh, that's pretty. I'm just admiring this. Oh my god. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna save this too. Like fucking so cool. It's just sometimes yeah, we just like pull up art, just look at it. Ooh, oh, okay. Okay, this is really fucking cool. I love this. I love the green with the black and like all these texts. So neat. But yeah, you can tell like this little symbol is in Marathon. There's like little symbols that they created. I like it's so fucking disgusting. Like you couldn't put the time in to just like create your own shit. Like it's whole cloth, just copy and paste it. Oh man, I love this. The architecture like kind of warping and twisting. So it's our appreciation stream. Buckle up. So let's see. I want to. Ooh, okay. I'm trying to go down. I'm trying to go down, but I'm just being like distracted. It's like ooh, shiny. Ooh, I like this. I'm a fan of green. If you don't know, I'm just like seeing like this specific shade of green I really like. I really wish this thing was down here so I can just look through this more completely. Ooh, what's this? Oh, okay, this is really fucking cool. I like this. I'm just like, oh, I like this. I like that. I'm like, I'm making a mental note. It's like, ooh, shiny. It's like, how do I say this? Like, is it typography? 1 second. Oh, I think maybe it's typography. I mean, like, there's like a, you can get like a design sense for things. But like, this sort of like work has like a very specific intent. I just fucking love it. It's like, I like doing, collage. But I know, like, most of the stuff I use for collage is not, created by me. Let me put it here. Bam. So, for this thumbnail, I made this as like a background for it. But like, I know I don't own any of these like pieces. I just like placed them on here. But the thing is, I'm paying to be able to use these pieces. I'm not just going like, oh, I'm just gonna take these off the internet for free and say it's my own. That's kind of shitty. It's like, man. It's like this person like fucking they mastered Adobe Illustrator. I'm not gonna lie. Cause at least from what I really suck at Adobe Illustrator, not gonna lie. It's just like the shape language that you need to kind of like know to kind of like add and subtract and kind of like pre-game what you want to make. Just I don't have that. Yeah, always pay your artists. Ooh. Oh my god. Okay, okay. But you see, like, there's like, okay, this is just like a little sketch. Okay, so you can see like there's basically like a whole, like there's so much here. Like this design, this like portfolio, this sort of like series. Yeah, like that's the thing. It's just that you can't expect like a $1 billion company to have like the everything they need. Everything they need can't be like located in that. They have to go out and get what they need. But like instead of like paying a person that literally is like essentially a starving artist, they just go like, oh, we're just gonna take what they have and not even pay them and just hope that no one notices. Okay, so we did the Tumblr thing. So we got here. I remember 2 things. Joseph and few other members of Marathon was following Anti-Real on Twitter, and that the Marathon is going to release an art book. Can we at least call the art book Anti-Real art book? Okay, I can guess like this guy is like his first language isn't English, just because of the grammar. So, so you can. Oh my god. So you can start speculating if this was from stock files or generated. The guy followed Anti-Real. Social following equals graphic awareness. You be the judge. What is this? Oh, okay.
A little bit, and I was really excited about that. So, yeah, I just remember at the time, I think it was Tumblr. So I'd had this whole sort of catalog of inspiration, and it was all.
So this is on Tumblr. It's like archived on Tumblr. Oh.
In that spirit, that's what sort of pushed me to sort of understand, to sort of self-educate around architecture too. Like you're like, oh shit, there are architects out there doing this for real and doing it better than Stanley Kubrick's production designer did it probably, you know, like, so I had this massive sort of catalog of inspiration, and I
Okay, that. Hey guys, you wanna know something about me? I'm an architect by trade. That's a cringe ass thing he said. I'm sorry.
just started bashing that stuff into that space, and the result was amazing. Like I loved it. A little bit, and I was really excited.
Like that's another thing. Okay, so small divert story. So when I was going to college for my degree, there actually were some game industry people in school with me. So I don't remember his name. I think it was I don't want to give out his name. Never mind. They say his name starts with a J, and he actually worked at Riot as a environmental designer. He was basically taking this like college course to kind of like improve his abilities, and I thought that was pretty interesting. And he had like a great environmental design sense, and like his ability to use like specific tools was like way out of mine, like a Rhino, and excuse me. There's a specific program plugin, or correctly, for Rhino that basically makes your work a bit more like organic if you like know how to use it correctly. And it was interesting. I did have like okay, so we know like Riot has a lot of like controversies. I got some like weird vibes from the guy related to a specific assignment we had, which was we had to design. What did we have to design? I think it was just a third place or a location, and he basically made his location like, I believe, a mix of jazz and religion. But like the way he like talked about jazz versus religion was like really fucking weird. Where like he was putting down jazz as almost like sinful, and then propping up like religion as like a pure compared to jazz. And I'm just like, sir, that's a bit fucking weird. The teacher like stopped him to kind of like explain a bit of what he was doing, like but not directly calling him out. I'm just like, oh boy. I was just like fucking reminded, like, oh man, I remember there's a lot of controversy with Riot, buddy. Were you involved with this? Okay, gossip aside, it was just like something that just stuck out with me. Let me see. Okay, so that is basically admitting that, oh yeah, I looked at Tumblr for my inspiration. Then we're gonna go here. Okay, so art director Joseph Cross and Midstein's designs were stolen from artist Anti-Real. So we have like a video clip. So claims a former Bungie employee was responsible. Fourth time in recent years, Bungie has accused of plagiarism. I was chatting with Q, and he mentioned that, but I don't know the other times. Yeah, some unknown. I thought it was very weird as well at the time. Like that's why, like, even like 3 years out from that, like 2 or 3 years out from that like moment, it still like sticks with me, and it's very like, I kind of like turn my head to the side. I'm like, Okay, but we're gonna
Came to our attention that
okay. So bringing it back to this, he admits it was stolen, but also when we look at Billion, Joseph admits that he mood boarded from fucking Tumblr, which when we look at here, this is in Tumblr. It's archived on Tumblr. This like whole series. Okay, let me bring this up.
came to our attention that an artist who worked on Marathon took elements from a graphic designer without permission or acknowledgement and placed them on a decal sheet that was then checked in 2020. The decal sheet included icons and text elements. These elements ended up in our alpha build, and there's absolutely no excuse for this oversight, and we are working on and 100% committed to our review process to ensure instances like this don't happen.
I'm calling. I do feel like he's trying to throw somebody that isn't him under the bus. Not gonna lie, he is the art director. It is on him, and also, like we saw in this uh little podcast clip, that he knew the inspirations that were going into this. The girls, what are you doing? Oh, do I not have my? Oh, I do. Okay, I was like, do I have my share on so you can see the cats? I was like, what are you doing? Sorry.
Happen again on Marathon or at Bungie. A few of the things that we've done over the last 24 hours and what we're doing to shore up the review process are as follows. We've reached out to Anti-Real, the artist in question, and followed up to ensure that we do right by this artist. We're auditing all of the previous work by the artist, the internal artist, including the environment decals already in the build, which is part of why we're delaying some of the content we're going to show today. And we're committed to removing anything that is questionably or inappropriately sourced. We're doing a very broad decal audit, and if we locate any other details or elements, we'll make sure that those are eliminated, recreated in-house for sure. Hundreds of artists have worked on this project for years, internally and externally, and we share many influences, including modernism, Swiss typography, 2000s style vector art, cyberpunk, and of course the original Marathon trilogy. Our style is a result of all of those inspirations. And it's also worth noting that none of our external partners who've worked on branding or any part of the visual design of our game were involved with this situation. And lastly, personally, I have a huge amount of respect and admiration for artists working independently and producing and making a living doing commercial or fine art. And we've worked with many of them. It's one of my favorite parts of the job is to make those connections and create content and collaborate.
Great content.
And so to that extent, I want to send my personal apology to Anti-Real, whose work was used in this case. And I know how unfair this feels, and we're doing everything we can to make this right with her. Her work is fantastic, and we clearly share mutual appreciation for a specific genre of graphic design, and it's very exciting, and I'm excited to have folded that into our style in general. So thanks for listening, and thanks for your patience. Came to our attention.
Okay. I don't know. The fact that he is being very vague about who it is concerns me, that it's fucking him. Let me pull up Anti-Real, because like he's saying, oh, they reached out to Anti-Real, they reached out, but I'm like, did they reach out to her? Get her replies. Let me see. I'm trying some music. Here we go. So I'm trying to see. So what's this put out? Because I believe this was a part of a live they did answering some questions. Insane fake quote, LOL. I am unemployed. And Clint Ford, she wrote, "This is my full-time job. I sell these posters online. They're not obscure. A major company has deemed it easier to pay a designer to imitate or trace them rather than their commission the work." Oh, okay, so they're saying fucking DualShock just like misquoted them. Okay. Fucking fantastic. Okay, I'm overwhelmed by the response to this. Thank you so much for the support, especially to those who have donated. It helps enormously. So it doesn't say anything about them being reached out to, and maybe they're not talking about it just because they may be in negotiations right now. So I'll keep an eye out in case they do post about whether Bungie has reached out or not. So this is Joseph Cross. Some people reposted this recently, and I'm like, okay, so marathon art style, a short thread. First of all, thanks to everyone for all the kind words and enthusiasm for the art style / direction of our announcement trailer. It's been amazing to see. This was the result of my talented artists' work together with the support of an amazing production and marketing team. Not gonna lie, this does not look like anything like Marathon's style that they are trying to portray. Let me pull the video. This is the perfect time to pull actually up the Marathon video. Let's do that. Of course, it's fucking ads. I know I should be using this on Firefox to actually have premium or YouTube premium, but like, you know, I don't want to log into Twitter on Firefox. I'm gonna drop this down. I don't know if like the music will get me claimed or something. I'm just right now like looking at decals. Like, this does not, where am I? This does not really invoke this. Not gonna lie. It's like if you're gonna go, okay, so let me see, let me scroll down. Anyway, I'm just gonna quickly scroll down to see. Dude, you're getting so fired. Yeah, okay, so a lot of this is like people posting. I do find this very okay. So, let me pull something up. So, like, I keep like a lot of references when I am. Let's say I got a message. Oh, okay. So there's a program called PureRef, and you basically drag and drop images into it. Yeah, I'll turn some music just so I'm not boring you guys when I'm trying to look for my specific mood board or thing. Just kind of give you like an example. Let me see. Oh, that's a bit too loud. There you go. Perfect. Okay. See, I'm sorry, I should have done this sooner, but I wasn't thinking that I would need to bring it up as like sort of like an example of like at least what I would use. Let me see. Oh, here we go. No, that's not it. It's this one. Yes, okay. Let me see. Okay, nope, that is not a good example. Okay, here we go. Okay. Sure, okay. So, see if I can easily share this. So, I won't go into it. A person I previously worked for was going to do a game inspired by the like artwork of Rob Liefeld make sure I can grab this super easily. Let's see. Let me do which thing I can grab. Window capture. Is it window capture? Okay, let's do window capture and select specific window. This one. God damn you, fucking OBS! Why are you so ass? Okay, I'll just move this over. Just no, I don't want to do display capture, but I guess I will have to do display capture. Okay, there you go. Oh boy, oh, so too big, too big. Okay, I'm kind of in the way, so I'll put it right here. So, what I did, like, sort of like I did do like a drawing, but like what I was trying to do with like a finger quotes mood board is you try to get, sometimes it can be a bit different between like characters and environment, but like they are also applying these decals to people as well, is you try to get like pieces that kind of like you think work. Oh, the nude person right there, let's pretend that doesn't exist. Let me just shrink that down. I did forget about that. So I'm trying to just shrink that one down. You can't see it. I forgot it. Oh boy. Everything's okay. So what I did is I placed Rob Liefeld kind of like in the epicenter of here. Like okay, so I need to kind of like understand exactly how this is created so I can kind of like reverse engineer it to like something I want to make. And then I go like, okay, I want to have like these other elements to go with it, kind of like mesh in. And then I go like, okay, so I want like other styles as well to be incorporated. So this right here, there's like another element to this like air quotes game where like all these like Rob Liefeld manly characters were being turned to like shoujo characters from the 70s. So like I have these as kind of like my sort of like own separate study into like, okay, what does like a 70s shoujo look like? What is some like good examples I can kind of like understand? So like the mood board he shows, finger quotes shows, is lacking severely in like what you don't just like, oh, here's a couple photos to kind of like get my like feeling of it. It's like you needed like a bit more. You know what I mean? Like fucking okay. I know, perfect one. Let me see. We go. Because so when I commissioned Lynn to do, oh, this one is fucking perfect. I'm pea-brained. Okay, so when I commissioned Lynn to do this PNG tuber, he kind of asked me for like styles. Oh, it's so small. Hi. So I basically had a mood board set aside. Like this one is like not even like half of what my mood board was. This is just kind of like, actually no, this is okay. This is better. It's better. I just grabbed the other one. No, this one's way better. So like I had fucking some anime shit, but I also like had like more like a game. I love this specific like futuristic space horror, kind of like Dead Space, sort of dystopian sort of style. And then I went into Baroque, which if you've been around the internet, you see a couple people do a video specifically on Baroque, the really obscure roguelike dystopian futuristic horror game. I actually have sorry, my voice is going. I actually had the art book for Baroque, so a lot of these photos right here are taken by me of my book. So like I really like this. And then I was like, okay. I like this style. But the thing is like you can't just go, oh, I like this style, I want to copy this. You also need to go into the artists who also made this style. So this style was also, if I remember correctly, these two people were also involved with the project. And if I remember correctly, I believe these two. If it's not, then it's just this person. I think this person was also involved in I think, oh my god, there's like a really, really obscure Japanese strategy game that has like a German name that is like fucking escaping me. Oh, Wakenroda. It's right here. This person like did art for Wakenroda. Okay. Because so this person specifically did art for Baroque, but when I was looking at Wakenroda, like there was like almost like a connection that like I was making in my head to back to this. So it isn't just like, oh, I like this style. Like they can't just take anti-real style. They need to go deeper and pull in other people. So that's why Billion also include his shit. So you can't, his mood board is dog shit because it's not even showing what he actually is inspired by. It's just like some things that are tangentially like far removed from what he's interested in, which makes, when you look at it, makes no sense. Let me close this. Because like, there are people like you, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't just like look at something like, oh, I want it to look exactly like this. You need to go a bit deeper to kind of like really piece apart what makes what you like into something else. So like when I look at, close that. When I look at this, so for I can't say uninitiated, the PS2, so PlayStation era has a very specific aesthetic to it. Like I can understand like going, okay, so this right here, you're essentially implying it links back to other aesthetics that are within that same wheelhouse. But like this, I don't get what you're trying to say with this. This doesn't really transfer over to this, what's happening in here. Wait, I make sure this isn't hard. Apologies. Ew. Okay, I haven't actually seen this cinematic short. I thought this is actually pretty cool. It's sort of like, no! Why you putting an ad in the middle of your meal like that? Come on.
I met a traveler from an antique land who said, two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert.
Okay, so I don't want to. That's not really what I want to see in this. Okay, so this is well. Like everyone pointed out, she feels very heavily inspired by the specific short from Love, Death, and Robots, which I'm like, yeah, I see it 100%.
I mean, it feels just like what it is, right? Like $1 trillion. Like $1 trillion.
Sakaguchi Genetics sent a reminder. Your shell repayment is coming up.
Yeah, you just can't wholesale lift from when it's. Yeah, that's
mind if we skip
so
the
fucking true.
formalities this time? Got a big contract waiting down there, so.
You can't just lift from like one style because then like what you are inspired by just becomes very stale, and it's just like, well, where's you in this? Where's your sort of creative input in this piece you're making? You're just, it's kind of like drawing. If you're like me as a kid, like drawing like fucking Dragon Ball Z. I believe the artist work. No. So if you're referring to Anti-Real did not work on this project. Their art was lifted for this project. Same with Billion. Joseph Cross is the like art director, and he admitted that that someone on the team took Anti-Real's like style. I'm probably gonna do ambient breakcore. I'm trying to like talk and I'm like, my brain. Apparently, they have said they've reached out to the artists here, but as far as I can tell on their Twitter, they haven't said anything. So I can only assume that they are in talks, because otherwise I assume they would come out and say, hey, they haven't reached out to me. Oh, okay. Oh, apologies. I don't know, actually. Me look it up. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Killjoy. Okay, the cinematic trailer for Marathon was written and directed by Alberto Melgo, the same person behind the Witness episode in Love, Death, and Robots. I can instantly tell from the... Oh, oh, nice. But... Okay, it's just the same thing again. All right. Okay. Like, I got a vibe, and I was like, okay. Okay. Thank you, Killjoy, for the layup. I appreciate it. We got that. Go back. I brought that up. Let's see. Okay. So go back to. I keep on jumping off. So my team. Okay. I'm actually gonna turn the music off. I'm trying to like. I think like the break chords like make my brain go brrr, and I'm like losing concentration. So okay. So production and marketing team, there's been some curiosity around what we're calling the marathon art style, finger quotes, marathon art style. Hopefully this sheds a bit of light on it. Officially we call it graphic realism. This is mainly a production facing term, meant to frame how we think about and prioritize aspects of our visual world. On one side, it's about a simplified deconstructed universal design language and strong graphic design and color statements and limited materials. The other side is about realistic proportions and scale, implied functional and detail, and a generally grounded world. We're focused on creating visual brand of science fiction that hopefully feels fresh and stands the test of time. Like I know I'm not reaching when I say this doesn't invoke what they're trying to like put off with this. It's like use like a lot of symbols in what's this? You're using a lot of symbols. You can see right here, logos, symbols, decals. I don't see you portraying that very strongly in this like quick mood board. I feel like you should have like provided a bit more. Maybe something that could have let me see. I'll just see if there's any. Oh, it's 5 months ago. Someone did an artist break style. Art style breakdown. So let's see.
Marathon's visual language is heavily rooted in what Bungie calls graphic realism, a concept that synthesizes simplified...
So this is from 5 months ago, so this person does not know, at least it hasn't been revealed that Bungie has stolen anything yet. Oh, this age like milk left out in the sun. Okay, okay. Let's see.
Impactful design with the fidelity of the real world. This approach shapes every aspect of the game's aesthetics, creating an art style that feels grounded in a tangible reality while also embracing stylization. In this context, the graphic part of graphic realism means something that's simplified, deconstructed, a universal design language that has strong graphic and color statements with limited materials, while the realism component of it indicates that they utilize proportions and scale with implied functional details.
Let me see. This is the okay. So I'm gonna check this real quick. I'm gonna check the description. Okay? So here we go. This is a definitive breakdown of the new marathon art style from what we have seen so far. This would not have been possible without Michael Veselovsky, who took my mishmash idea of talking about marathon's new art style and turned it into a cohesive piece that speaks to a level of authority that is only possible because of his intimate knowledge of graphic design and art. Everything you see and hear is directly from his genius mind, and I am so grateful that I have the opportunity to share it with you on this platform. His script writing and editing are incredible, and it's an honor to get work with such a professional dude. Thank you, Michael. I need to look who is this guy? What is relation to this project? Thank you, Michael. If your art appeared in the video but you aren't happy with how you were credited, reach out to me and I put the appropriate links to your stuff in the description. Okay, and a lot of inspiration for this video came from the thread by so it came from this thread, but my issue is we're looking at this thread. Okay, let's finish up. Okay, I'm humping around. Let's finish this thread and we'll get into that video. Cause like this doesn't look like anything he posted in there, and I'm like, okay, so are they just making inferences about? Okay, so Michael, who is this guy? Oh, fuck you. The web and graphic designer. Russian. I'm trying to see if he mentions his work history. That's interesting. He did a thumbnail related to... Okay, I just have to fucking pull up his Twitter on here. I wanted to see. I want to see his what his work history is. I don't see him directly involved with Marathon, but he did a Marathon thumbnail for another video. Okay, thanks for this fun Marathon breakdown video. Oh no! Just gonna thank you and the whole team for such incredible and bold style that you have created. Thank you for sharing our humble work. Means a lot. Let me see. Okay, just links back to that video. Okay. So alright, I guess they were just fans of this style. Oh man. Okay. With the approach to scale, applied function details, generally grounded. Okay. Hopefully feels fresh. And okay. Given ourselves freedom and limitation through a defined set of executional constraints will hopefully help us get there. We are looking back at games from previous generations for inspiration just as much as we are looking forward. We believe games like Metal Gear Solid 2, OG Marathon, and Wipeout, to name a few, are full of interesting visual qualities and ideas, just as much as next current gen games like Death Stranding, God of War, and The Last of Us are. A lot of you have already identified some of our visual influences. Mirror's Edge, Aeon Flux, Ghost in the Shell, Otomo, Koji Morimoto, the Designers Republic, Chris Cunningham, and Chris Cunningham are all definitely in our stew, finger quotes, of inspiration. The work of Alberto Miguelo and I think I said that right, and the effect into the the effect into the Sparrow's had on Blockbuster Animation has given us a ton of strength. Oh my god, a ton of strength and confidence to make more visual and creative risk take. Oh my god, I can read. I swear. There are also a ton of influences outside of games, product and apparel designs, photography, science, conceptual art, cinematography, sports like Formula One and MotoGP, etc. are all big source of inspiration. We've come a long way and still have work to do. I can't wait to show you more. Okay, and then there's nothing really more related to that. I assume he's like not responding to it. He's gonna not be responding to anybody on Twitter about this. Okay, good luck to have worked with Koopa Hosk from close to the beginning of Marathon's visual development, identities, custom topography, ARG campaigns, and much more. Okay. Just want to see. Okay, so we're gonna look at this, and then I have a final news article to look at by Gene Park. I'm gonna close that and close that. I have so many tabs open. I'm gonna leave this one just in case. Oh, okay, not that. I can't open that for some reason. Okay, so this is by Gene Park. I'm gonna give my voice a little bit of rest. We're gonna look at this video.
In a generally grounded world. Basically, graphic realism depicts something we could see in the real world with unordinary techniques of vibrant colors, materials, textures, and so on. It's a song of accents, contrast, and scales. Marathon's environments, objects, and character designs are rendered in a visually pared down style where each form serves a purpose. Surfaces aren't overloaded with detail. Instead, the focus is on clean shapes and clear forms that convey their function without unnecessary visual noise. The game uses strong, saturated colors selectively. Graphic realism prioritizes a visual language that feels accessible and recognizable. The result is a world where signs, symbols, and objects have immediate visual impact and clarity. In keeping with the graphic approach, materials are simplified with textures that suggest their real-world equivalents. Metals, glass, or synthetic fabrics, these materials appear tactile yet minimalistic, balancing realism with a stylized clarity. Everything in Marathon is proportioned as though it could exist in our reality.
I do wonder, like looking at this, is they stole pretty heavily from like with the in world elements that were shown from Anti-Real. I kind of wondered like who else, if it's gonna reveal that they've been like aping
buildings, weapons,
other
and
people's
armor
like
have
direct work
realistic
as well,
scales,
without
making
Reddit.
it easy to imagine them as functional objects in a physically plausible world. The environments are textured with restrained realism, striking a balance between clean visual design and believable surface detail. This grounded approach allows players to feel as though they are navigating real spaces while still experiencing surreal and stylized sci-fi universe elements.
Like I will give them the grace to say they most likely didn't steal every asset, but like I'm very suspect with like some of the things they're using now. Like you can't like I can't say that I feel like their whole entire aesthetic is, at least how they present it, completely bankrupt, but like I feel like the fact that he portrays his like mood board, at least like what he has pinned, he says these are his direct, like, how do I say this? Like when I showed when I showed off that mood board, let me do that again real quick. Sorry. Like this is pared down like that, but he chose, like, he could add more to this. He could add like another page. Like this is what he says, that, oh, this is what is the epitome of Marathon. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, this does not look anything like what you, like, I don't get the inspiration. Like, I don't see, okay, why is Motoko like floating in space? Like, what specifically of the Ghost in the Shell sort of like oeuvre inspired this? Like, what is this? Like, what is this inspiring? Like, there needs to be like a direct connection. Like, you could look at this and then compare it to like my character that Lynn drew, and you can kind of like draw a bit, at least with like the art style itself and kind of like the character's like presentation. Like, there's something came from here. But when I look at this, I don't get that. I get like a bit of like the shape right here, the color, contrast, but like I don't see it. Like this like that mood board is doo-doo.
After the first trailer, Marathon's art director, Joseph Cross, known for his work on projects like Dune, Destiny, the live-action Ghost in the Shell, Dead Space,
No. Oh, God. Okay. Okay.
Apple
Okay.
TV's Foundation, and much more, shared the sources of inspiration for developing the art style Marathon. He described how elements
I'm not
from
gonna say
various influential works and industries merged to shape the game's unique visual language, Formula One and MotoGP. In both racing circuits, every detail, down to color schemes and material finishes, reflects precision, speed, and efficiency. The sleek, angular forms of F1 cars and MotoGP bikes are mirrored in Marathon's character and environmental design. Just as these machines are optimized for performance, Marathon's tech-centered world is filled with streamlined, aggressive lines and sharp edges. F1 and MotoGP use bright, eye-catching colors to improve visibility at high speeds, which is echoed in Marathon's use of neon highlights and contrast-heavy palettes. Bright greens, reds, and blues over metallic or dark backdrops create a dynamic, high-octane feel. The visible mechanics, exposed gears, and modularity of F1 and MotoGP machines are reflected in the game's intricate details, especially in weapon and armor designs that seem as though each piece has a specific functional purpose. Nike. Much like Nike's athletic wear and branding, Marathon's design is both clean and precise. Nike's designs focus on performance, which aligns with the implied speed and efficiency in visual language. The armor, suits, and weapons feel light, flexible, and engineered for agility. Nike is known for its iconic logos and use of graphic symbols. This finds a parallel in Marathon's glyphs, digital markings, and holographic interfaces. Ghost in the Shell. The 1995 Ghost in the Shell anime brought a deeply...
I feel like they're doing more work to draw kind of a comparison than fucking Joseph did with these inclusions. Oh, okay. Nike. I didn't even notice. This was fucking Nike. I was getting distracted by this. Okay, that was my mistake. Okay, I take the L on that one.
Cyberpunk philosophical aesthetic to science fiction. The influence here is clear. Ghost in the Shell combines sleek, advanced technology with grittier industrial elements, a balance that Marathon captures in its futuristic grunge aesthetic. Marathon's lighting, heavy shadows on the bright surfaces with bursts of neon, echoes the layered atmospheric lighting in Ghost in the Shell, helping evoke an eerie, contemplative sci-fi setting. Just as Ghost in the Shell explores cybernetic enhancement, Marathon integrates digital interfaces and projections directly into the environment, creating a sense of interconnected technology within the world. Under the Skin. It is actually a weird inspiration material, but after a closer look, it becomes easy to understand. The film's minimalist sets and stark contrasts are found in Marathon's stripped down environments, where key objects and
Yeah, I get that. I get that feeling. Some unknown. Yeah.
lighting provide stark contrast to empty, cavernous spaces. This is the perfect example of the graphic realism trope, as we've discussed earlier, where lighting plays a huge role in helping portray a believable yet surreal scene. Under the Skin suggests an otherworldly presence through simple yet unsettling visuals. Marathon employs stark color contrast and visual minimalism.
Oh, that dude, you are making you. I feel like you're a stretch. Okay, so this right here is from Under the Skin. Okay, I didn't even know what this fucking. I have not seen Under the Skin. I've been meaning to, and I was looking at this. I'm like, this doesn't really give me. I feel like I feel like this person's stretching with this one. I'm sorry.
To convey a similar feeling of otherness and mystery. PlayStation 2 commercials. Sony's PlayStation 2 advertisements and many of its other experimental ads from the 90s and early 2000s were known for their surreal and boundary-pushing visuals. Marathon's design is clearly informed by this concept of surreal and sometimes confusing imagery that was featured in these ads. Both use abstract concepts and dreamlike visuals to evoke intrigue and mystery. I mean, you've probably seen something like that in one of your dreams. Sony ads often utilize sharp, angular typography and well-known X, circle, square, and triangle iconography, a style that's visible in Marathon symbols and
I believe he is reading a script. If I read that description correctly. Okay, yeah, he's reading the script of Mike. He's reading Michael's script, so it's not really his words.
glyphs system. These elements reinforce a sense of unearthly communication and coded language. The Sony Y2K ads often featured dark backgrounds with shocking color contrast, something Marathon uses to create a futuristic yet nostalgic feel that mirrors the ad's exploration of tech frontiers. Chris Cunningham, Autaker, and Aphex Twin. Cunningham's visuals often combine organic and mechanical elements, creating unsettling cyborg-like forms. The game's mechanical design suggests
this
a
one I can see, like this one right here, like yeah.
and machine, much like Autaker's
Okay,
visual.
this image like that he used, like I did not get that. Like if he would have used like more of a robot, like these
And
robots,
while we're
I
on the
could
subject,
have drawn
I'd be
the
remiss to not mention
the connection
Aphex Twin's
easier.
graphic language. Aphex Twin's Cyro uses a clean but psychedelic
Okay. Okay, we know where they took the symbols from. Like with this current reveal.
visual style with minimalistic patterns and stark contrasting lime green color. Much like in Marathon, the monospaced font is also extremely similar. Now let's talk about works that share a similar aesthetic. These projects where the visual style immediately evokes parallels to Marathon. Mirror's Edge. Although Joseph Cross mentioned this game as an inspiration in one of his replies, it stands out more as a kindred spirit in aesthetic terms. In Mirror's Edge, we see a near-realistic urban environment elevated by striking color accents. The clean white architecture serves as a canvas for bold injections of red, orange, and blue, creating a world that feels both familiar and futuristic. Like Marathon,
hi,
it
Tusky.
uses
Hope you have a
color
good
to
day.
guide the viewer's eye and emphasize key elements, balancing simplicity with moments of vivid intensity. A similar aesthetic can be seen in The Finals, where the environments are heavily inspired by real-world architecture, but infused with vibrant colors and sleek design. Flat, angular surfaces mixed with bright, minimalistic symbols and iconography. This creates a surreal but grounded atmosphere. The game shares Marathon's love for clean, high-contrast visual and bold graphic elements, while establishing a sense of energy and modernity in its design. The work of the Designers Republic on Wipeout is a time capsule of the Y2K era, arguably one of the most iconic examples of this style in gaming. The studio's design for Wipeout combines sleek, futuristic elements with an intense focus on branding, geometric layouts, and high-energy colors. Wipeout thrives on the balance between future realism and stylization, with in-game assets and environments that feel artistically heightened. The heavy use of minimalistic logos and typography in Marathon follows this lineage, firmly rooting it in a legacy of bold graphic experimentation. Teenage Engineering, known for its innovative design of audio devices and synthesizers, embodies a philosophy of functional minimalism, paired with vibrant aesthetics. Their products, like the OP1 synthesizer, combine sleek, retro-inspired interfaces with playful use of color. This ethos aligns with Marathon's focus.
I'm racking my brain as I'm watching this. I do find it interesting that anti-real is not brought up at all during this.
On graphic realism, especially in weapon design, where the balance of functionality.
I do wonder if it is because like they very much like hid that they directly used her portfolio until it was directly in the game, and it's like they took inspiration, like deep inspiration, when they were working on the game, but like the cinematics, the trailers, like more hid that. I find that very interesting. At least what people are saying, that they found just her work in the game and not in the cinematics.
And bold design statements comes to the forefront.
Direct rips for her work.
Both embrace a utilitarian approach that's elevated by its strong graphic choices, merging utility with the striking visual identity. The work of Metahaven, a design studio known for its experimental visual identity projects, has a clear kinship with Marathon's aesthetic. In particular, if we take the example of the Mitazine from the ARG, it immediately reveals this rebellious and almost schizophrenic style. The fragmented, collage-like layouts, saturated colors, and cryptic messages embody a sense of subversive energy. Both styles reject traditional design norms in favor of something deliberately disjointed and provocative, encouraging the audience to decode and engage with the chaos and rely on pushing graphic design conventions into a futuristic and slightly chaotic direction, making it feel raw. Marathon leans heavily into brutalist graphic design across its promotional materials, website, and branding. The visuals are marked by bright, almost neon colors juxtaposed against black or neutral backgrounds, creating a striking and somewhat aggressive visual contrast. In graphic design, brutalism throws traditional grids out the window, embracing unconventional, often jarring layouts. It takes inspiration from architectural brutalism, which emphasizes raw, unrefined, and highly functional aesthetics. It often features minimalistic, grid-based layouts, bold typography, and limited color schemes. This style intentionally disregards polish in favor of raw functionality, giving a rugged, utilitarian feel. It uses stark contrast, large text, pixelation, and heavy iconography to achieve a look that feels both retro and starkly modern.
Oh, I missed that. Sorry.
Before we conclude, I would like to touch on an important question. Is this still Marathon? Does the game have the right to bear the same name as the original trilogy, which is now approaching its 30th anniversary? The answer to this question is quite simple, though perhaps not obvious to everyone. Yes, this is still Marathon. The new game takes bold steps forward, but it does so with a deep respect for its origin.
I'm having like some issues with this fucking video overall. It's just he's making inference of like what the style is, but I'm like, okay, can you please show? Okay, so he shows like a bit of the game here, but like as you're making these like style comparisons, can you show an example of where that appears in like the trailer, the media that's been put out? I feel like he's this person who wrote the script is like saying, oh man, all these things are inspiring it, but I'm like, okay, I don't see that. You just saying that these things inspire it, but you're not showing
the logo, a simple
like gameplay. You're not showing like it's like you're not showing like media related to the game through all these like comparisons you're making.
Powerful symbol pays direct homage to the original, while modernized with sharper edges.
Okay, I don't care about the fucking the typeface. Like I show
that replace the
like,
rounded curves of the old
itself,
design. It
like,
retains the iconic.
What makes it Marathon What makes this new thing Marathon compared to the old thing that is Marathon?
Form and unmistakable essence. This evolution reflects a bridge between eras, honoring the series' beginnings while embracing a sharper, more contemporary aesthetic. Striped patterns are a hallmark of Marathon's visual identity. They're deeply embedded in the new game's graphical language as well. Whether seen in the environmental textures or minimalist UI elements, they serve as a subtle yet effective callback to the limited design opportunities of the originals. These patterns are more
Okay,
than
so I assume. Oh, go back. I assume this is Marathon. Okay, he's actually showing Marathon.
Back to the limited design opportunities of the originals. These patterns are more than decoration. They are a part of the DNA that makes Marathon what it is. Then there's the phrase, somewhere in the heavens, which is written in lowercase, just like everything else on the new Marathon website. This typographic choice is deliberate, evoking a sense of understated confidence and tying the game's identity to its broader world building. It's a small but poignant detail that demonstrates how Marathon balances its reverence for the past with a sleek modern sensibility. The grittier concept art for the new game also brings to mind the work of Craig Mullins, whose visionary illustrations defined much of the atmosphere in the original trilogy. The sense of vastness, mystery, and tension that Mullins captured is alive and well in the new Marathon. This connection is not mere coincidence, it's a conscious effort to channel the same spirit, reinterpreted for a new generation. And all of this is just a small glimpse of the similarities we've already seen from the very few things the developers have revealed. The game takes place in the same universe fans know and love, expanding and enriching its scope. Though the visuals have evolved, the affection for the original trilogy shines through in every detail. We've already caught glimpses of unmistakable compiler designs and the beloved Marathon automated defense drones, or MADs. And it's highly likely we'll encounter even more familiar elements as the journey unfolds. Ultimately, the new Marathon is more than a reimagining. It is a continuation, and it captures the spirit of its predecessor while boldly charting into new territory. Canonically, Marathon also embraces the concept of multiple timelines, and this new addition to the series seems to fit seamlessly into that framework.
Oh my god. I mean, it's a good script, but I feel like this video could have done better if you were actually doing more compare and contrast to like what we have available to us media wise. He has at the end, but I do feel like out of how am I say this, when you kind of abstract, like you place this so far back here and you're talking about like under the skin over here, I'm like, okay, so why wouldn't you mention like show like what you're like
in Marathon?
It feels like this is either a scripting problem or this, I feel like no, this is an editing problem. Like this person really should have like been confident in their this comparison to put the actual art next to these comparisons. It just rubs me the wrong way. I see why they said this video aged like milk. Okay. Okay, so we're done with that, and we're gonna go. I'm gonna refresh this to see if they say anything. No, I think I am gonna put them on notification in case like anything else happens. So okay, so we're gonna end off with this article by Gene Park. Gene Park is I would say like a very reputable games journalist. I've seen a couple interviews he's done, and he's hopped on to the Castle Super Beast podcast a couple times, and I really like him. He's very funny. So it's artist accuses PlayStation game of lifting her work. Studio admits to oversight. Bungie, the studio behind the Halo series that is now owned by Sony, said it is investigating concerns over the unauthorized use of the artist's work. Me drink some water. I was having tea. My voice is just going. All right. We're getting a bit more of background because I see. I looked at Twitter, so we are missing out some context. So this is going to give us the context we're missing. Fern Hook, a 30-year-old independent artist in Scotland, noticed something familiar about Marathon. The upcoming video game by Bungie, the studio that created the Halo series, is now owned by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Marathon, she said, is covered with assets lifted from poster designs I made in 2014. All in the alpha version of the game, which allowed the general public to play an early version of the multiplayer shooter. She became suspicious. Oh my god. She became suspicious when the game was announced in a 2023 trailer, but nothing appeared to be derivative at first. Okay. In mid-April, content creators began publishing early videos of Marathon gameplay. She said she very quickly began to spot her work. Hook's futuristic iconography and font design are posted on social media sites such as Tumblr and X as far back as 2017, and the similar features are seen all over the environment and the objects within Marathon. And she pointed out oh my god. She pointed out the similarities through her social media on Thursday. It's kind of vindicating to see direct plagiarism because it meant I wasn't crazy for feeling so uncomfortable with the overall direction, Hook told the Washington Post. I kept quiet about it because I was advised to seek legal action, but I don't have enough time or money to fly out to the US to pursue an unwinnable court case against Sony. When the Post contacted Sony about the allegations, a spokesperson pointed to Bungie's statement on social media. The Marathon developer said on X that it was looking into a concern regarding unauthorized use of artist decals in Marathon, and confirmed that a former Bungie artist included this in a texture sheet that was ultimately used in-game. The issue was unknown by our existing art team, and we are still viewing how this oversight occurred, the studio posted on X, adding that it had contacted Hook to discuss the issue and was committed to do the right by the artist. But the issue is, this guy is the art director. That means everything that happened passed through him. He's the one that needs to be held accountable for this theft. It is on his head. The studio said it is conducting a review of the game's artwork, specifically the images made by the former artist, and implementing stricter checks to document all artist contributions. So here's their post. The allegations would be particularly damaging for Bungie and Marathon, which has struggled to gain positive press during a financially challenging era for the once esteemed studio. Marathon is a classic 1990s computer shooter with a harrowing science fiction narrative. The reboot, expected to be released in September, throws that out to instead focus on a always online multiplayer only competitive shooting game, which I'm probably not going to play because I'm terrible at shooters. The most widely acclaimed aspect of the game was its art design, which goes for bold colors and a 1990s futurism vibe, which I'm not gonna lie, I love 1990s futurism. It's kind of like an inspiration a bit for like my channel a bit. I haven't like hit it 100% on the head because I like more add in grunge as well. Kind of like if you look at this, I have like some brutalist or like logos and stuff like that, but like I kind of like pull back and add like a lot of grunge onto it just because of just kind of an aesthetic I kind of came to. Let me drink, sorry. I think eventually I need to move my streams to like later in the day because I don't think My voice can hold out after waking up. Okay. The art style is not original, especially in the art style is not original, especially in games, with PlayStation's Wipeout series being an early adopter, but the clean, shiny aesthetic is rare in a modern video game industry, typically obsessed with gritty realism. This is not the first time Bungie has been accused of using the work of an independent artist. In 2024, a fan-made art of a toy gun designed in the style of Bungie's earlier game, Destiny 2, which was then used as a model for a game-themed Nerf gun. Bungie later said it would credit and compensate the artist. Oh, okay. Put on Eugene to provide some examples. I appreciate that. Cook said this is also not the first time she has had her work lifted, and she had made posts over the years alleging other organizations tracing and lifting her work. Team Liquid are still selling merch with a logo ripped directly from Demas 3 work from Detroit Underground and glyphs traced from one of my designs. Damn. Okay, she has said she relies on donations for her various online projects, and this recent incident has seen hundreds of people donating money in support, which we covered in one of her replies, where she mentions like she got like a lot of support after this. Hook also composes drum and bass music and sound design for games under the name N2, and produces freelance artwork under the name Anti-Real. She co-runs a design and software consultancy firm called Superstructure as well. I kind of had to learn to shut up about let me restart. In quotes, I kind of had to learn to shut up about these cases because they've happened so consistently over the past 10 years, she said. It was tiring to be viewed as someone who complains more than as an artist. But the response this time has been overwhelmingly understanding, and I'm extremely thankful for the support. Unquote. Alright. That's it. Let me see. I think that is it. Actually, I wanted to... Actually, let me go back up here. I have not seen... I've not seen the announcement trailer in a long ass while. Let me see. Okay. I'm gonna play some of my breakcore of that. It's so fucking sad that they are like doing this, because like I really like how the aesthetic of the aesthetic presentation. Excuse me, my brain. I'm like trying to like think of the words. All right, so What have you learned today, class? If you're gonna basically build your whole entire game around one specific aesthetic, make sure that it is, you pay the artist that you're fucking taking from, and don't assume like no one will notice and no one will care, because Bungie has fucked up a lot in the past. Let me pull up this. This is PC Gamer. No, it's this one I want to grab, I think. What? What the fuck? That is weird. Okay, I guess I can't go over that then. I was gonna go over, there's some like AI art, like a person talking about how they want to use AI in future productions with Bungie. It seems. Let me pull up this one. Maybe it's this one. Okay, so this is another article covering it. Okay. Here we go. This isn't the first time Bungie has been accused of using the work of independent artists without permission. Last year, Bungie admitted fan art. Okay, got that. Bungie said it would do the same for another artist after an in-game Destiny 2 cutscene featured near identical similarities to their artwork. Let me see that. So mistakenly use someone's artwork. So this is a pattern with Bungie. Somehow mistakenly use the artwork of people. I say accidentally use this person's artwork. But okay. Yeah, so it's very much something that happens again and again and again with Bungie, and I'm like, there's so many times I can give you the grace of God to go like, okay, so you fucked up the first time. What about these 3 other times you fucked up? It's crazy. Yeah. All right. Well, I want to thank people for stopping by. I'm probably gonna stop for tonight, for this morning. Oh my god, tonight. It's because my voice is just not with me today. I hope everyone has a good day. This is gonna be one of my shorter streams. I hope everyone has has a fun day. That's all I can say. Bye.